Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, we would like to welcome you. Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, one Gentile and a Jew. Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, two old men who like to complain. Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, we hope that you will come back again. On location,
That's
where's the
right.
Goy?
The Goy is out here in the desert on location, and the Heeb and Goy show has to continue. Show
Yes,
goes
the
on.
show must go on. It is nighttime here on the East Coast. It is a scant 4:13 p.m. there. So
Yeah.
tell everyone where you are.
So I am in the California desert in Imperial County, California, in Slab City. So you can Google it. It's also known as the last free place on earth. Some people call it a paradise. Other people call it a large homeless encampment. It's somewhat in the middle there. But particularly, I'm in East Jesus, which is a registered outdoor art museum, 501c in the state of California, and
Wow,
I'm in residency out here, and I have several works that are in the permanent collection, and I come out here a couple times a year to make art, and so I'm out here right now. Like behind me, you
nice.
just see the desert, but in front of me is the whole art museum, and you could Google East Jesus. You see a lot of famous images. People come in here. A lot of chicks come here and take pictures of Instagram in front of the TV wall and stuff like that. But it's a great place, and they're very nice to let me come out here and make art and have as much space as I want to do to make this art, which is great.
So because of Bruce's location and schedule, we had to adjust our timing, and this is the time of day where my two dogs go fucking insane and start squeaking everything. So it's part of
That's
the
okay.
it'll be part of the ambiance.
You'll have
So
dogs in the background, and I might have a random, tweaker
a
walk behind
drifter,
me.
yeah. So it's perfect. I mean, the Goy. This is nothing more Goy than this. Like going into the desert and shitting in a bucket, and I mean,
Right. I don't understand how this is not. I don't understand how. I mean, I'm sure Jewish people camped, Dan.
well, Jewish people know the desert. We came from the desert,
Right. I mean, you're
but
familiar with the
but
desert.
you ask around, you're not going to find many
Well,
Jews
so
there.
Dan, what happened? Well, I mean, if your people are from the desert, then what happened?
It's not that we dislike the desert. It's just the idea of shitting in a box, camping, not having,
Well, look, Dan, there's a lot more to camping than different kinds of than being able to go to the bathroom without the flushing toilet. There are many different types of ways to do that.
right, but you don't have climate control.
We don't.
You don't have room service.
There's
There's not a.
there's no room service.
You can't
Okay,
get yourself a shtickle knish, coffee.
no, no,
Mm-mm.
no. So it
So
is a
it's
little
okay.
rough living, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
for sure. But on the plus side, you got great views and serenity, and there's a lot of just open land, and the skies are really nice at night, things like that. And
yeah.
There's no Asians
Yeah.
running around out here, by the
No,
way.
no kids, which is a
Yeah.
plus. I do love the desert. Having grown up on the East Coast of Florida, I love it. I do.
One
One
day, Dan,
day.
we'll have to have a Hebe and Goy camping trip. Well, I will figure out a way so we can go camping that you can still have your comforts of home.
Well, yeah, you can these days with RVs and stuff. Sure. Those
Yeah,
RVs that you can take to campgrounds and stuff, those things are nice. Those things are
they
that,
are. They
yeah.
are. Like everyone, like those people that take him to Burning Man, like that kind of shit.
Yeah. 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 So this week we're gonna have a little bit of an abbreviated show, but you
Really? I
know,
mean, we could. I could go an hour, maybe. I don't know.
you could go an hour, but I didn't prepare a whole lot.
No pressure.
We can start with my saga of the week.
Yeah.
And
What's annoying the Hebe this week?
so what my saga is the
Oh,
chicken mites.
the
So
chicken. Wait. Okay.
this is very non-Hebe. Like so
Yeah,
I'm breaking
Dan. I was gonna
stereotypes
say
here.
this sounds very goy. I
This
mean,
is
this.
very goy.
I
Very
mean,
goy.
even for me, Dan. Look, even for me, this kind of skeeves me out. Like it skeeves me out.
Yeah.
Like chicken
Yeah.
mites.
So
Chicken mites.
we have a lot of animals, as you know. We have 3 chickens of our own that and we have they're mainly pets. I mean, yes, we'll eat the eggs here and there, but pretty much they're pets.
Yeah.
And a friend of ours is going through a divorce, and she's like, and she has 3 chickens. She's like, would you guys mind taking them? Because I can't bring them with me. And we're like, sure, sure. And what's the old adage in any animal rescue situation is no good deed goes unpunished. So we figure out, I don't know, a few weeks after these chickens arrive, that they have brought mites. So a chicken mite is a little parasite. It's tiny. Like, so if you see them in your hand, they're literally the size of like a pinprick. You can see them.
So even though they look like ticks to me right now, these are way smaller than ticks.
So what you're seeing is a microscope seeing them.
Oh,
if you look at them with your naked eye, they look like smaller than a poppy seed, basically.
Oh, damn, that's okay.
Tiny. So and I just hated going in and dealing with the chickens, because you go in there and try to handle anything and you'd be crawling with these mites. Now they're specific to chickens. They can't hurt anything else. They can't do anything to the pigs. They can't do anything to humans, really. But they're annoying.
I mean, I was going to say, like, if you get them on your hand, like, what happens? Do they bite?
Nothing. It's just annoying. You just sort of feel like,
you skeeve out.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, we got to get rid of the chicken mites. So to get rid of the chicken mites requires quite a bit of work. You have to treat the chickens, which is no big deal, but you also have to basically remove anything that they're living with. So ours are in a little barn. They have a stall, pretty nice size, I would say, like a 5 by 10 area. It's not that small.
That's nice. I could live in that. That's
yes.
Nice.
And so we have to shovel out all the shavings, like get it down to bare floor.
Hold on. Did you get out there with a shovel or hire a guy?
No. Who are you going to hire for chicken mites? Like this?
I'm sure you got a chicken mite guy. I mean,
I do not have a chicken mite guy. So this involves a trip to Rural King. We have to go.
Oh God! Hold on, Dan. You did not go to Rural King.
I went to Rural King. What we had to do is buy new shavings, which are these little like tiny wood shavings, and you use those on the floor. It creates like a kind of like a bedding on the floor.
Yeah.
We had to shovel all that out and then treat the area and then put new stuff down. So we had to buy like 4 big ass bags of this shit. It was heavy. Okay. So I'm walking around.
I'm familiar with those shavings. I use those. We use those in the toilet situation around here.
Ah, okay. There you go. Same thing, really. So I got these big ass bags of shavings. We're at Rural King. It's, whatever. I'm a Jew. I'm driving there in a Tesla.
Yeah, how many Dan? That place is goy as fuck.
Oh, it is number 1 goy. Goy.
Very goy.
So, but the Jew part of the story, the Heeb part of the story, is we get to the area of the shavings and they have a bin where it's like, hey, these bags have been opened and we're going to sell them cheaper. They're like half price. I'm like, ooh, half price. Love that. So I buy 4 of these bags. Load them in. Load them into the thing. Load them in. We check out. We're going to the car. We're loading them into the car. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute. The sticker says open, but it also says wet.
Oh, no.
And the wife goes, oh, we can't put down wet shavings. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not going back in there and standing in line to get a refund for $20 worth of shavings.
And they're not going to take it. And they're not going to take it.
And even if they would, my time is too valuable to me to do this.
Okay. So you are annoyed right now. Like,
I'm annoyed. So because I know 2 things. I have to go back in and get more, A, and B, I got to do something with these 5 bags of wet shavings. So what we did, we put them back on the trolley. And I just left the trolley in front of Rural King, and some lucky person picked up some wet shavings, maybe. But I just left it right there. What am I supposed to do?
Did you go to a different store to get some different?
No, I went back in, loaded more into the cart. The lady who checks out said, "Oh, you need more, huh?" I go, "Yeah, we underestimated. Whatever."
Oh, and you just I like that. So you
no
just
big deal.
Totally ignored the whole situation.
Yeah. So I'm annoyed. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I went back in, got what we needed, and basically,
wow.
Load him in the car. Bear in mind, I'm driving a Tesla. I'm a Jew in a Tesla. We're a Rural King. I'm an outlier.
Oh my God.
I'm probably taking some risks doing this. As they like to say today, the kids today, I felt unsafe. Right. So
yeah.
Anyway, I go home. We begin the process. We shovel. So she's shoveling. I'm holding the bag. She's putting them in a big ass bag. I take them over the other side of the fence. I dump the old shaving because it's harmless. Other side of the fence, it's all wood. It's biodegradable, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she treats the floor. We put shit back down. It's a whole thing. It's probably a couple hours. And my favorite part of the process was we're 2 hours in. We're about done. It's about done. And I sit down. I'm like, I'm going to send a couple texts. So I sit on the corner of my deck and I'm on the phone. And she comes out and she gives me this look.
Who's this? Your better half?
Yeah. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, give me a break. We're about done. It's been 2 hours. I'm taking a break. Right. So, but it got done.
Dude, there ain't nothing worse than to just take
that's
a
chicken
break.
poop. That's chicken poop. That's a lot of it. I'm just representing what I had to deal with. Lots and lots and lots. And for those of you who don't know, if you're unaware of chickens, they're a lot of fun. They have a lot of personality. They produce eggs, but they shit per capita more than any animal I've ever had.
So that's interesting. And there are chickens here at East Jesus, right? There are absolutely, we've got chickens. We've got about 3 chickens, like you said. There's a little pen of them over there. They're about like 100 feet away over there. And they produce eggs. This whole area is sort of like a, off-grid development, try to survival type of thing out here. And so there's chickens. And you are right. Like, hey, Bruce, go get some eggs, And it's just the poop is just, but the good thing, the positive side is, though, the poop is very, very high in nitrates, and the plants love it.
No, I mean, as that goes, it's fine. It's just the volume that they create, considering how small an animal they are and how light they are.
So that story is great on a lot of different levels. Like, I could totally picture you just like in the car, sitting down after your better half says, "Hey, these bags are wet," and you're like, I don't want to go in there, because the mortification of just like going in there and being like, hey, excuse me, I just bought these damaged bags that I know were damaged, but now
no, that was never, it was never on the table to return the bags. Never on the table.
Did she
want many reasons,
or just do something about it?
For many reasons, because
it's only $20, right?
It's only $20. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, my time is too valuable to me. Like, this is a place where to buy anything, they ask you for your address and all that. It's like, what that's going to be like. It's a
whole deal.
We would have had to been talking $500 for me to spend the time to do that. Nothing was going to get me to do that. So
had this had been Roe, same situation, but me and my partner, we're going back in there, and we're going to fight tooth and nail for that $20 back, or to exchange it for some regular one. And it would have been a whole thing, and I would have sat there behind her, just fucking like mortified.
Just like, I mean, it's cost benefit analysis. I mean, if we're talking about a lot of money, maybe, but like, it's a small amount of money. It's my fuck up. I didn't read the thing. It said wet. That's my fault. So like, no way am I going to hassle some fucking employee to, you better take these,
I know. Oh my God.
Already I feel like an idiot there. I'm a fish out of water.
I mean, you're in the fucking Ranch King. What is that place called?
Rural King.
Bro. Heeb. I love that image of Rural King, and then the image of any one of you people that are watching the podcast. Like, it's funny because he's got these pictures, Rural King, which has a logo of like a windmill, and the place looks goy as hell.
And God, it's total goy. They sell, it's like camouflage and guns. And look, great. And look, I have pigs and chickens, so you
got pigs and you got to go in there. But there are a lot of stores like that. I go to a lot of stores like that too.
Well, Tractor Supply is like the higher end version of Rural King. That's normally where I go. But if you really want the good shit, you really got to get down and dirty with some redneck stuff. Rural King's where you're going.
And they usually have like this massive section of like Carhartt clothes and stuff. Like the higher end ones.
We just ordered Carhartt hoodies for NCWT, where the logo you did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those are high quality.
They are fucking nice. I meant to offer you one. They are nice, like legit, and they're expensive, but they're really nice.
Oh, damn. That's nice.
I had never heard of Carhartt. I didn't know what. I don't know.
You never heard of those? Like, I grew up wearing those. Those are very goy. Every goy knows about Carhartt.
Well, that's why I don't know. See.
Excuse
me. So that was my week, Bruce. Wow. But it got done. The mites are gone. The chickens are fine.
Yeah.
By the way, if anyone wants to, if anyone would like to see my chickens,
Okay, do you have pictures pulled up of the chickens?
no, you can. There's a live. I'm going to
You
put up.
mean the listening audience can go in and type in some sort of live? Oh, wow.
It's a website.
So those are your pigs and chickens?
Pigs and chickens. Now you're only going to see them at night because it's in the barns and they don't go in there until nighttime.
Do they intermix, or is there like a pig
No,
section?
there's a wall. So on the left side of the wall, the pigs have their stall. On the right
Right.
side of the wall, the chickens have their stall. There's a door that they can come and go from.
And
But
so in in the big compound that you live in, there's many different buildings and different houses for different purposes. And there is like the pig cam.
There's my house, there's the
Right.
barn, and there's a shed. That's it.
Right. Interesting.
You go to pigcam.xyz, you will see them, right? And there's not much to see. They're sleeping right now. There's still pictures, but it refreshes. So,
well, I'm sure that'll be fascinating viewing for anyone that wants to go in and check out the the chicken.
Meanwhile, this is what we have. So we have my dogs playing with squeaky toys. This is what they do at night. They just lose their minds around 7:00. They start running around, making noise. It's romper room. So.
The sun is setting out here. The temperature is going to dip to 38 degrees. Very cold. I don't like the cold. I come camping out here a lot in the summer when it's regularly 110, 120. And I can handle that. I like that just fine. I don't like it anything lower than fucking 65 degrees. I'm freezing. And so I'm cold.
Yeah. Let's get to what's annoying Bruce this week, because
what's annoying
the boy, because it dovetails nicely into some experiences I had this week too. But
I'm doing a podcast. I just want to know what's been annoying. Oh, really? Okay.
We're going to disagree on this, but let's go. Let's have it. What's annoying you this week?
You're not going to put it up on the crawl?
What's annoying the goy this week? Don't you see it?
Oh, going out to restaurants. Just basically going out to eat. Okay. Now, me and you have a lot in common, and that's very nice. Brother from another mother and all that. But Dan, I've talked to you about this before. We could not be more different when it comes to this subject. Now, maybe it's a little of a mental fuck up on my part. I don't know. But when I tell you I hate going out to eat, because just recently, I was just in Joshua Tree, and I met up with a friend, a purveyor of the arts, supporter of the arts, and it's like, let's go out to eat, Now, I will go out to eat to a restaurant with just row, and that is even a little under protest. Like, I'm not a fan of that. You know what I mean? But it's like, okay, it's just me and her. I have more control over the situation. I'm talking about when you hey, there's like a group of 7 people. You're in a strange town. It's like, let's all go out to eat. And, every fiber of my body is like, I want to stay the fuck home. Like, I don't want to go. I know there's going to be a whole thing with this, but no. I'm being gracious, okay, let's go.
Well, this is not the same as you going out to eat, like you and her, or just you. Like I don't go out in groups of 7. Like,
okay, I should have been more clear on what the topic was.
Yeah, no. If I'm out, if I'm on a trip and I'm in a group, and I'm like you, I just want to go back to my hotel and pick my ass.
Yeah, but I know that you and Kara will definitely go out to eat on the regular.
Too much, actually. Yeah.
You like to go out. You like to go out to eat in a restaurant.
I enjoy it. It's nice because there's no mess. You leave the mess there. You get someone bringing you your food. You get to
but see, I don't like. Okay, you get someone bringing you your food. Like, I don't like people bringing me my fucking food. Like, I don't like that. There's another human being in the role of a servant bringing me my food. Like, that drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it, but that is a legit profession. There's nothing wrong.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with being in the restaurant industry.
No, and I've run across a lot of people who love it. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'll be your server. And they're totally in a good mood about it and stuff. But I don't know. I guess in this particular situation, it had that layer, but it also had the layer of you're going out with, a bunch of different people who you just kind of met and whatever. And let's go out to this restaurant. And by the way, you're not picking it. Oh, it's called Jake's. Let's go to Jake's and fuck it. I'm just making it up. And we'll go sit down. And I'm like, I know I'm not gonna. I just knew this is not gonna be the type of restaurant that I would choose right off the bat. I could just tell.
It's Polynesian Scandinavian fusion.
No. It's like some sort of really.
It's called Mahalo Valhalla.
Bro, it was a really sort of hipster, fancy thing in Joshua Tree, which is loaded with rich Californians, and it was just you know, like a foofy sort of situation, and like the decor around was way too much. And instantly I'm like,
And
oh no. And so,
everyone's ordering an IPA, like literally everyone.
oh my God, the IPA situation is crazy. They couldn't even make me a fucking Shirley Temple. And I was like, no Shirley Temple, that's weak. I wanted it, so a non-alcoholic type of drink. I'm like, what do you got? They're like, we got cans of Liquid Death. I'm like, okay, how much is it? $6. $6 for a can of water.
Of water,
And I
yeah.
fucking paid for it just like it hurt. I'm like, you know, but whatever. I know the guy's gonna pay for the meal, so whatever. So, you know, we sit down for the meal, and so, table of 7. So now we're waiting for a fucking table of 7. And you got to do that awkward thing where you're standing in the bar of this fucking restaurant and everyone's just having this small talk. Hey, no, what's been cold, blah, blah, blah. And you're waiting for your fucking table of 7, and I'm hungry. And by now I'm in full feral mode. Like, I want to just like leave right now. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to go to the nearest fucking Costco, get a fucking rotisserie chicken, and then just fucking go immediately home and eat it direct from the carcass,
Yeah.
hovered over like a fucking, like, I cannot even stand it anymore. And then, you know, I have to have the whole thing where you like sit. By the way, then you get to your table and everyone's sitting looking at each other. Right now, you sent me a picture earlier of side sitters in a restaurant. You're in a restaurant, you don't like side sitters, but I'm here, you know, okay. You hate side, and that's, to explain to the
hate
audience, that's where the couple will sit right next to each other like that. And okay, that's one thing. But I also don't like, on the other end of the coin, is people when they're sitting in a big table, they're all sitting and you're looking at one another. So I'm looking at everyone's face. Here I am trying to eat, but yeah, I got to look at faces, right? And people are talking, they're talking. This guy's got a little piece of lint on his fucking chin. This guy's got a beard. He's got some food in his beard. I got to look at that. Like, my mind is going nuts. And meanwhile, I'm just fucking hungry and I want my food. And here comes the waitress, and you know she's just at the end of her rope. Like, everyone that I'm sorry. That's why I don't like it. Everyone that works in food service, 2024, in American capitalism right now, is not in a good mood. Like, they're doing badly. Like, maybe back in the day it was a good trade to have, but now it's like not fun. So of course I can detect she's being fake. How's it going? I'm Leslie. I'll be your server today. I'd be happy to. What do you want? Everyone's like ordering shit, and instantly I'm not liking the way people are ordering. They're supposed to like go around in a circle. There's a very clear definition. Blah blah blah, and people are just barking. I want the ham salad. I'm like, oh my God, don't
Can you
fucking
put that on the side? Do you
yeah,
have any gluten-free
and people are ordering, and
bread?
I'm just getting
Yeah.
super like OCD and like annoyed at the way people are ordering, and I'm looking at their faces, and I'm hearing the conversation, and I just want to fucking leave. Dan, every fiber of my body, I just want to get the fuck out of here. And I had that horrible, and it's the conditioning from being young, growing up in the young Irish Catholic household, where at the end of every day you sit down at the table. This is where it comes from mentally. I've done the therapy. This is where it comes from. You have to sit down and your mom and dad, Bruce, how was your day? How was your day? And then you go, oh, it was great. And then you don't want to talk about it. No, 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 that's not long enough. I want to hear about your day. I'm like, oh my God. So you learn to perform and come up with this fucking story to please everybody. To this day, like, I hate that. I just want to get my food and I will run away to. That's why I like Eater East Jesus. There are no formal like expectations of sitting down. Like, if I want to, I can just go get my food and I just fucking scurry away like a squirrel. I eat like a squirrel. I will just run away somewhere, hide in a corner, not talk to anybody, and there's no telling them about my day. I can just go. So I hate going out to eat at restaurants for many different reasons, on all different types. Yes, I like it once in a while when I go out with Ro and it's just me and her, and we can choose the conditions. We can go at 3 o'clock to make sure there's no one around. We'll have dinner at 3 o'clock, like all the altar cockers. You know how it is, Dan.
I mean,
And so
we eat dinner early, but not 3 o'clock. Like maybe
3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, good
5:30
time
kind
to
of
eat
deal.
dinner.
Yeah. Oh,
3
well,
o'clock,
yeah.
there's no one eating dinner at 3
Nobody.
o'clock.
Nobody. Yeah.
And it's great. It's chill, and you can get the booth that you want, you know, and just like, please, I want to sit here. And by the way, then you go out to a restaurant. There's children everywhere, just running around, children. And I know we touched on this last week too, but it just drives me nuts. Like, oh my God. So is this what's annoying you this week? Is it dovetailing into
No,
that?
you brought up restaurants and kids. This was just the other day. It's my favorite bagel place.
Can we hold on? Can we be clear that these are photos that you take out in the world?
Yes.
These are
Yes.
sort of like
When I tell you the story, you will
covert.
not
These are
feel
like
bad. You will
covert.
not feel bad for this guy.
Hold
You
on.
won't.
These are covert. I just want the audience to be very clear. Dan has got this covert way of taking pictures. Like
I do.
he could teach a course in it.
I do.
Where, like, I mean, if I try to do this, I get busted. Like, I don't know. You've got a real gift, my friend.
So this is the bagel place. We're in line, getting ready to pay. The guy was doing exactly the thing that you had described the other day, where he's, do you want cream cheese? Cream cheese? Cream
He
cheese?
was asking this
Or would
kid
you
who's
rather?
like 4 years old.
Yes, yeah. The child was like 3-4 years old, and the guy, of course,
And he was asking the 3 or 4 year old child his fucking
you like
opinion
that?
on the cream cheese.
Yeah, what kind do you want? Do you want
No.
vegetable? Do you want
I'm
salmon?
sorry.
Oh, so already I'm annoyed. Already,
Yeah,
all right.
that's
Already, blood pressure's going up, right?
That's infuriating. And you're right behind this person in line.
Yeah. So we pay and we go. This is a place you pay. You go sit down, and then they call out, and you go get your shit. So I sat down, and I'm sitting there. We get our shit, and what happens? What happens? Of course, Bruce. What always happens to us? These two decide they want to sit right next to us.
Right fucking next to you. Like but you could pick any table in the whole place. They decide that's where I want to sit. Right.
And this
next
guy says to
this bald-headed white guy who like really looks like he's going to be like, he's sending off vibes like you, bro. You send off vibes that say leave me alone.
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
And why do these people not pick up on those vibes? Like, this guy clearly wants to be alone. Let's choose. No.
I have an amazing fuck off stare. Anyway, so he leaves his kid at where he's sitting, and he says, "Wait here."
No,
and then he goes to get the food. While he's doing this, the child picks up a salt shaker and licks it.
Oh no!
And he comes back, catches the kid, and thinks it's adorable.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Did. And
did he do that because? Hold on. Did the dad sort of like catch you looking at the kid being disgusted?
No.
And that's why he put
the
on
only
that
reason I even knew about it is because someone else noticed it near them, and that person also thought it was cute.
Oh,
I mean, what is going on? What is happening in this world? They thought it was cute. The father's like, "Oh yeah, I should have left him here by himself." You know what's going on here.
So two random. So you and the random stranger thought it was cute.
I didn't think it was cute.
No. The dad thought it was cute. I'm sorry. Dad thought it was cute.
Random stranger thought it was cute. Dad thought it was cute.
And you, the logical person, it's horrifying.
My blood pressure at this point is 350 over 260.
Were you there with your better half?
She was there too, and she thought it was bad. She's got the magical power of realizing it's bad and annoying, but
just tuning it out.
But not giving it out. She's not giving. She doesn't care. God bless.
Oh my God, no! I'm like you. Like I would be completely focused on the salt because, like, by the way, there's nothing dirtier on that table than the salt shaker. They never clean. I mean, come on, you've worked in food service before. Mm-hmm. You've been in restaurants. How often have you ever seen somebody clean the salt shaker?
I mean, everything was wrong about this. This was a single. I don't know if he was a single dad. He had the kid, or I don't know the story, but it was awful. And it's funny. We went back to that same place the other day. This time, no kid. Instead, there was an obese man sitting in the same spot that kid was, audibly farting. Audibly. So Dan, so the wife is like chuckling to herself, right? And I'm like, So I get up, I take my food, and I go to another table. And I think she didn't want to do that, but I'm like, This guy's if this fucking gastropod is gonna sit here and fart, I'm out. So we moved. But I mean,
but Dan, like, this is the whole thing. Like, why do you like going out to eat?
Well, no. This is okay. This is not.
This is absolutely the norm, bro.
Yeah, to an extent, but this is not a restaurant really with table service. You go and you order, then you sit down, you pick up.
Oh, I'm looking at the photo. This is like a bagel joint where you go up, you get your bagel, and you go back to the table.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same thing as going to a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant, I mean, granted, you're still going to run into assholes, but there's less opportunity for them to be horrible than there is in this situation.
Oh my God.
Whereas, like, you go to a place like, I know you like Culver's. I was there the other day.
And you went to Culver's?
No. I'm waiting for my food. These kids are like jumping around. I didn't get the whole video, but you get kind of the picture in the beginning. See how he's jumping around?
It's the swinging, yeah. It's the swinging of the leg, and they're just it's like at a playground.
They were doing like karate or something in the middle of it.
Oh my God.
And I'm just sitting there, and I'm praying one of them falls and hurts himself.
Well, Dan, hold on. I got to interrupt you for a second. Me and you are like this. I know this is our little mental condition. The majority, and I'm telling you, the overwhelming majority of Americans are going to listen to us and watch that video and go, what is the matter with these two fucking guys? What is the matter? Like,
what's the matter with me being annoyed with a kid licking a fucking salt shaker?
No. I'm not talking about the salt shaker. I'm talking about the kids just like, just like.
You mean being unruly children? Yeah. Okay.
But no. By the way, let me clarify. I completely agree with you, and I don't like it, and it gets my blood boiling. I'm just saying, to know that most Americans or most people would look at that last video and go, I don't see what the big problem is.
No, well, I didn't get I got it at the very end. I did not get the whole karate thing. I started recording.
Even the karate thing, most parents would say, that's cute, it's fine.
No, it's not cute. It's not.
Just being kids.
It's no. I mean, I understand that it's not 1983, and it's not like it was then, where we would get screamed at if we so much as looked the wrong way. I get it; it's different now, and that's fine to an extent. I get it, but at a certain point, there's other people around, and like, it's one thing if you're talking about a kid making a little noise, and it is a fast food place, so my tolerance is higher for it. But the karate shit, like.
No, I'm
jumping around and waving their arms and legs. It's like, really? We're not going to say anything.
I'm with you. And here's the real litmus test when it comes to that. And this is what
Did you notice in the video how the father in the red hoodie is like completely oblivious,
ignoring it,
never looks. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He's not going to turn around. Had that been my dad, he definitely would have swung around. Hey, stand still. Stand still. Stop fiddling around. You know what I mean? Just chill.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be this. Oh, but I was a child. I don't want to be that guy. But
I hate that whole saying. Back in the day, or back in my day, like, I won't even use that saying anymore because it comes off so boomerish. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but
I'm aware of that.
But I just, there's a line. I know the line has moved since we were kids. I get that, but like, just have some awareness of your surroundings and that there are people there. And that those people might not want your child kicking and waving their arms wildly a foot away.
Here, listen to this though. Picture that same situation, exact same situation, but it's not a kid. It's a 35-year-old man with the exact same body movements, the exact same vocal articulations. Imagine if that happened. The manager of Culver's would come right out and be like, "You got to get out of here."
Yeah, dude. Right? We're not doing karate today. Go out, take it outside.
They'd be like, "That guy's a crazy person," but because it's a child, we as a society are supposed to be like, "Oh, it's a child. It's okay."
No. But again, I'm going to have to correct you on this. These are not small children, okay? Like, if we're talking about a toddler, or like a 2-year-old or 3-year-old who can barely walk. Now, granted, they still shouldn't be running around without supervision, but to an extent, I'll still be annoyed. But this is worse because these kids are older, and the dad was just checked out, and it's like, I'm not asking for much, and I know it's a fast food place. I know it's fine, but just can you just try and not do karate in the fucking restaurant?
Can I subject change? What did you get at Culver's? Did you get that fish sandwich at Culver's?
No, I don't. We just do the desserts there.
Oh, you got the concrete mixer.
I always do the mixer, yeah.
What was the flavor of the day?
I got the flavor of the day. That day was like some strawberry shit. I didn't do that.
Oh, that's a bummer. No, what did you get?
I got the Reese's concrete mixer.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I do like it.
Strong. I love those fucking things.
Yeah, that frozen custard. That's new to here. That we didn't have that growing up. That's like a Midwestern thing.
It's a chain from Wisconsin or something. They got these fucking cheese curds that you can get, and I don't like them too much. It's like, I don't know what that is really, but like so everything there is, their whole shtick is that everything's real dairy this, dairy that, because we're from Wisconsin. Wisconsin is dairy, cheese, blah blah blah, and so the Culver's thing is real, and it's like, It's so fucking good. Those concrete mixes are hands down the best, most thick, creamy, and you can get any kind of like ingredients you want in those things. Like, oh, I want Reese's, I want fucking hot fudge, and I
Snickers.
want marshmallows, and you can make
Yeah.
some
Oh
sort
yeah.
of super unhealthy monstrosity.
Yep.
And so, like, I love them. As I get older, I'm getting a little lactose intolerant a little bit,
Ooh.
but I don't even give a fuck. Like, I'll just eat
No.
it, and the whole day just Dan, what is the word in Yiddish? Like gazinktazoids in your mouth. What is that when you
No, you're thinking of Saturday Night Live. They made that up.
they
A little schmegma,
no,
little
that's schmeg something different. That's on your fucking there. I'm talking
oh,
about like when you get a little
verklempt. Verklempt is
no,
when
like
you're
a little
like,
like mucus in your throat from having too much like dairy and shit. There's got to
yeah,
be a word in Yiddish
there
for
is,
this,
I'm
Dan.
sure. I should ask my father.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
so
that.
disappointing that you don't know that, dude. You should
Yeah,
be like, come on.
I know. I agree.
So
I
you can
agree.
see the sun is setting behind me now, and it's like it's
Uh,
beautiful, beautiful
yeah.
sunset. But it is getting cold and stuff. But so that is unbelievable. Like, what is annoying you is those kids in the Culvers and everywhere you go, and I know that makes us like very curmudgeonly old men. Like these guys are fucking nuts. Like they just exist in this world. They're complaining. Like what's the problem? People
Yeah.
have children. Blah blah blah. But that's why it's the Heeb and Goy show. Two old men that like to complain because this is
Yeah.
passion. We're passionate about this, man. I know
Yeah.
I am.
I like, there's a weird part of me that when I see it, as annoyed as I may be, like, it's almost like I enjoy seeing how bad things are now because it's like, wow. Like,
Yeah,
it's amazing that people do this shit, you
I
know?
know what you mean. Like I get enjoyment. Okay, so me and you both have this mental illness, and I'm going to tell people what it is right now. We'd like to be incredibly annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
hard thing. That's a hard thing to hear, Dan,
It's true.
but it's true.
Yeah.
So, and our better halves have to deal with this,
Oh, I feel
and
yeah.
God bless
Yeah.
them because it's a fucking tough thing. Like we go out and focus on the shit, and I just enjoy like I enjoy to be pissed off. I enjoy getting like hating on this whole situation, and like instantly, like you're in Culver's, you're trying to have a nice date night with your better half and have a nice Culver's concrete mixer. No, it's kids. It's kids, and now you're focused on it and just annoyed at it. And you're thinking, I'm gonna fucking talk about
If
this.
I had a nickel for every time she's told me to just tune something out,
I can't.
I could fly out there and take you out for a steak dinner if there were such a place. And it's
Uh,
funny watching you right now. Like, I would, if I didn't know better, I would think that was like a Zoom background. It's pretty incredible.
really?
Yeah,
It's that beautiful? Like,
yeah.
like it's even more beautiful. Like over this way.
Oh, there you go.
So that's where the sun is setting over there.
Yeah,
But yeah, it is so. That's why I love it out here, dude. It's so nice, and it's like, and I will say this: the fucking stars at night, bro.
I know.
The stars at night, and it's just like it's amazing. So I did bring like this little like wood stove and hook it up to my little shelter. And so I've been like walking around out there looking for sticks. That's a very Goy thing. I mean, I've
Oh
got,
yeah.
I'm out there walking around with my axe, just
Wow.
like just way out there. And
Yeah.
there's some dead trees out there. There's shrubs, whatever. Just take the dead stuff, carry them back by hand, and make sure I have enough wood to get through the night because it
It's a
gets
shame
some.
you can't have my old chicken shavings because those would be very flammable.
Well, I poop in those,
Yeah,
so
you can poop. That's true. Yeah, you could poop on them. So you're there how long?
I'm here for another week. I'm doing an artist in residency thing. I've got a couple
Wow.
projects to do. This place, like, yeah, I implore people to check it out. To go to
Oh, the wife
eastjesus.com.
and I are going to go out there eventually for sure. We love the desert.
Yeah, you would
Love
like
it.
you would like it for a couple reasons. I mean, the thing is, this place. I mean, there will be children that visit the art garden, but what's really funny is like we have like this sort of like added. There's a lot of metal, sharp, pointy things that could absolutely hurt you. Like some of the
Love it.
sculptures are literally just metal points sticking up,
Love it.
and there are signs that are like, "Look, bring your kids and stuff," but hey, like better watch them. Like,
Yeah.
like so there's not like the coddling that goes on, which is kind of cool. So, but it's like out in the desert, and it's kind of you have to drive through Slab City to get here, and that's like a lawless area. So like just to get out here, you have to have some sort of fortitude just to get out here. But you would like it. I mean, as you can see, it's gorgeous, and it's got a lot of my artwork out here. It's gonna have more of my artwork out here. We take the whole vibe is you take things that were gonna go in the landfill and make art out of it. So it is environmentally friendly. Like we're keeping shit out of the landfill. We take donations of trash, and people like me turn it into sculptures and stuff.
Well, we are going to one day for sure. I would love to check that out.
You
Love the
know what?
desert.
And if you do, I'll set up your own bucket for you and your better half to shit in.
I'm not
So
spending the
like,
night in East Jesus, but I mean, what's the closest? Like, if you wanted to stay in like a hotel or a
so okay,
motel.
I tried this. So there is like there's a motel in Nyland, which is a town like 5 minutes away. It's not very
Oh,
far. And
okay.
I made the mistake. It's a really you could tell like right off the bat you get bad vibes about the place, right? And so I go in there because like there's a couple permanent people like with a bunch of junk on the front of it and like an old lady like smoking cigarette. I'm like, oh my god. So you go in there and I kid you not, Dan. I go because when I go into a motel room, first thing I do, I bring a literal flashlight and I look around. I look under the bed. I look around. Behind the TV stand, true story, hand to God. Behind the TV stand, in clear view, was an old fossilized cat turd that had been there for a really long time. And any housekeeper, I mean, it wasn't hidden underneath like a low thing. It was in plain view. And whoever's taking care of it was like, I'm just gonna fucking leave that, you know. Huge roaches coming out of the
Okay,
sink
so
drain.
skip the Roach Motel. If I wanted to say somewhere half decent, doesn't be great, just like non-Roach Motel.
All right, I
What's the
got the place
closest?
for you. So Bombay Beach is another great place on the Salton Sea. That's kind of this art community. They've got some high-end Airbnbs that are perfect for you,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
High end,
There you
where
go.
it's like it's cute and kitschy and retro, but everything works and
How
everything's
far
really
away
nice.
though?
That's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes
Oh,
away.
okay, good.
Perfect for you. Perfect for you.
So
They're
that's the
going to have
plan.
that's going to be clean, regular toilets,
Running water.
fucking running water, hot.
Yeah.
There's everything you need. Like these were these Airbnbs in Bombay Beach are going to run you like probably 300 a night.
Okay.
You know,
All
like
right.
they're really nice, and like some like hoity-toity celebrities will stay there and shit like that. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that is what we will do one day. We will, the wife and I will plan it for when you're going to be there. We'll go spend a couple of days at the Bombay.
And we'll
Uh,
go to You know what? We'll go to a
we'll
restaurant.
go to a restaurant. Yeah. Although we're going to have our chances because it's coming up 1 month from now. I'm
Right.
flying to Phoenix en route to Baja, California for my trip.
Right.
And we're going to be in Phoenix for one night before we go to Mexico. And we're going to, we'll go get a sandwich.
Hold on. So I want to tell everybody this. So Dan is going to be in Phoenix where I live, and I'm going to hook up with Dan during his lair, whatever. We're going to go out to a restaurant or whatever. Are we gonna and so we're going to see each other in person, which is only the second time ever, in our whole friendship, which has lasted 15 years so far. And so, like, are we going to do a Heeb and Goy show like together, like in the same
Yeah, I
town?
think we'll do a little mini one. We'll do something little. But yeah, I'll bring a laptop. We'll do something like in
Yeah.
person, first time. Yeah, yeah.
So I'll figure out a place that we can do that in the Phoenix metro area,
And
whatever.
then we're going to be reversed because in February when I'm on this trip, I'll bring the laptop. We'll do a little one with me, like sailing the Sea of Cortez.
Oh my God!
Avoiding.
And that's what you talked about earlier, where like hold
Yeah,
on,
right.
where you spent a ton of money
Yeah, I
to
know.
go in the Sea of
We did this
Cortez on
last
this,
show. Yeah, yeah.
and there's going to be children. By the way, I have had other people, comment on the odds of you running into children, and they're
Yeah.
overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, Dan, overwhelmingly high. People are
Yeah,
predicting,
I know. It's fine, but
but I
I'll do
think
the.
that's I think that's just because they want to
What
see
I will
you
do when
like.
we do this, and I sit in like the Lolito, it's only 100 people on the ship, so I'll get on a little lounge. I think they have Wi-Fi, and
Yeah.
we'll do it, and you'll get to see the real thing, and
Well, hold on. Will you be on the boat and it'll be kind of like, will it
Oh,
be like,
you're like
will it be like you're getting sick, right?
maybe I don't know, maybe I
Do you
mean
get
do
you get
we'll be
seasick on
docked.
those boats? Do you get seasick?
I do not. Mm.
I do, dude. I'm the son of a fisherman from the Jersey Shore, and I will get seasick
But these are big ships, man. I mean, there are 100 people on 100 passengers. Figure 20 crew at least. I mean, or
Does
15 crew.
anything about that skeeve you out, like being stuck on a ship with a lot of people and the surfaces, and there's children licking salt shakers? Like that's got to be happening on the ship.
Well, no. I mean, we went on one of these before, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the remote, Dan the Heeb location from the Cortez Sea, and by then I'll be back in my place in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will plan a nice get together where me and you will meet up for a night and get some food somewhere in Phoenix. What kind of food? Where should we go? I mean, I don't want to go to an annoying fast food, an annoying high-end
No, you'll have to
restaurant.
pick something. I mean, it's Phoenix. Figure, I don't know. You know the area. Is there a deli? Go to a deli. I love a deli.
I do love a deli. There's a couple good Jewish delis and a couple good, well, like there's a straight up Italian deli that's really fucking
Jewish
good.
delis are my favorite. We don't really where I live. I live in Goyville. There's not a Jewish deli here, so I would love a Jewish deli. But yeah, we'll figure that out, and we'll
I
do a
love it.
little. We'll come up with some content. There'll definitely be some material, between here and there. But I just figured we would check out what you're up to.
Yeah. And
You know,
that's what's annoying me this week. I was thinking about it. I was actually napping earlier today, and I was like, "Fuck, what am I going to talk about?" And I was like, "Oh, that's right. We went out to a restaurant, and I really didn't enjoy that." And
yeah, but I
when
think it was more the group dynamic that you didn't like than
well, no, I like all. But here's
having a
the thing: I tried
sandwich
to think about
somewhere
like
other.
why
Yeah.
am I so pissed off on this? You know what? Why am I like this, Dan? Often I will go through life and go, "Why, Bruce? Why am I like this? Why are you fucking like this?" Like normal people can just go out and it's fun for them. Let's get 7 people and go out to a restaurant. People love it, and I'm the only one there. And sitting there like, I got to get out of here. You
No, yeah,
know?
I'd be the same way. I love restaurants, but that whole thing of the 7 people you don't know very well, it's like, yeah,
And
it's
it's
not
like
for me either.
I'm good
I
at
just
it
want to
though.
eat. I just want to eat. Just give me
But
my
like I'm
sandwich.
good at it. Like I can totally put on good face and just like be charming and funny and do all that. Like I'm conditioned to do all that, and it's not like I'm a basket case sitting there or whatever. So you never know. Like nobody would ever know this kind of shit's going on in my head.
No.
And like back in the day, that'd be the kind of when I smoked 20 years ago, I'd be like, oh my god, I'd be running out to get a cigarette just to fucking get away from it. Be stressful, you know what I mean? Just get away from them. But you know, out here, like I've got my little wood stove, and I would just make a little turkey sandwich and stuff, and just sit there and just fucking eat it, just like a squirrel, and just like, oh my god, so good. Look at this gorgeous sky; it's just getting better by the fucking moment.
And yeah, here on the East Coast, we're getting a storm. It sucks. Big fucking
Oh, really?
nor'easter. Yeah, it's hitting the whole East Coast. It's starting in Florida, and it's going all the way up.
Yeah, but the Dan, the Rancho Apocalyptico that Dan lives in, is some like interior Florida, and you got some elevation going on. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this storm's not going to be too bad for Florida. This is going to be really bad for like the Northeast. It's a winter storm. Like we don't. This isn't the time of year we get the bad shit.
Right. Is it headed
Yeah.
up the East Coast towards Jersey and
Oh
whatnot?
yeah, Jersey's going to get nailed, and Boston, and that whole area.
I grew up there, and I lived through so many of those big winter storms that hit the beach. And there's nothing quite like seeing the fucking just snow on the beach that goes all the way right to the waterline. It's fucking
Yeah,
crazy, and it's cold, and it's horrible.
yeah, yeah.
Ugh, I don't.
All
Yeah.
right, well, I'm going to wrap this, but it's nice to see. Very nice background. I really love it. I wish I had. I wish
I
I
know.
had.
It is a fucking great Zoom
It
backdrop.
looks like a Zoom background. It
You
really
know what I
does.
mean? It's
That is
like
not a Zoom background, everybody. That is
no.
a.
I mean, I can prove that it's not a Zoom background. It's like.
So are you elevated on a piece of? Is that like
What's going
concrete?
on here is there's like a wash that runs through the desert. Have you seen there are videos about desert flooding and flash flooding and things like this? There's evidence here of California about a little while ago. You can see it's really sketchy right here. I'm standing on the edge of a precipice that goes about 30 feet down, and I don't want to get any closer here because you see this massive crack in the ground.
Oh yeah.
It's a huge chunk of dirt that's ready to fall down, and that's it's sketchy. So like we had this massive river that came through here of a desert flooding situation, getting very close to our property here, and it's going to take some effort to fix that. But Yeah, and behind me, there's a military base. It's like some sort of like right back there. So like at night, sometimes Dan, like you'll hear like they're having war exercises and shit, and they're
Wow.
firing red tracer rounds and stuff that are like helicopters and big artillery, big explosions. It's actually pretty fucking cool, you know, or terrifying, depending on how you think about it.
I'm a little
But
jealous, Bruce. I'm not gonna lie, but the
you
tables
know
will
what
be
I don't
turned
see?
when I'm on the
Hold
when
on a
I'm on.
second. Hold on. Oh, I don't see any Asins around here. I don't see any fucking. I don't see. I don't see any unruly children running around,
No, they don't.
just
They don't
like
bring him to the desert.
doing their like kicks. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Daddy, Daddy, I want
Daddy.
chocolate. All right, everybody, we're gonna wrap her up. We'll see you next week.
Dan, good seeing you. See you next week.